Future Proof is sponsored by Concordia Dental Healthcare, expert care you can trust. Hello and welcome to Future Proof. You're watching Sarah Hopwood, and I'm delighted that you're able to join me again as I continue these business television programmes looking at the future with the view to inspiring future generations, business owners and indeed employees. Sometimes I share knowledge on emotional intelligence on my own, and other times I invite guests into the studio so that we can hear their little nuggets of gold, things that have inspired them on their journey. And today I'm delighted to say that I have Graham Bannister in the studio, and his business is Southern PC Services. But he has quite a journey to share too, so I hope you enjoy hearing his story. Graham, thank you so much for joining me in the studio. Really, really good to see you. So I haven't known you very long.
No.
And I've made sure that whilst I've invited people in the studio that I've known for a long, long time, I also want to have what we call fresh blood. And your story inspired me because I know you've actually had quite a journey in life. But first of all, could you just say, who are you and what do you do?
Okay, my name's Graham Bannister. I run Southern PC Services. Basically what we do is to repair and maintain computers. So maintenance, IT support, hardware and software fixes for computers basically.
Yeah. And are you a one-man band? Or
I am, yes, yeah.
And that's how you want it?
That's how I want it.
My husband always said, when he left accountancy, he said, I'm never, ever, ever having staff again.
No, it's a bit of a headache, actually.
It can be, I know. But of course, growing businesses very often obviously need staff, we know that. But, okay, I know this isn't what you've always done.
No, that's right.
So can I just ask you, what were you doing, I think we'll start here, what were you doing just before you went into the PC services? Where were you? Because I think you were actually very successful there too, weren't you?
I ran I started out in design, product design, but in between doing that and my current business, I did a network marketing business as well.
Yeah, and that worked well for you?
That went well, yes. I did it with my ex-wife, and we got quite way up the ladder.
Yeah, nice. So, life isn't a bed of roses.
No.
Can I go back then? How was school for you? Because I know you have a very practical brain, and for people thinking ahead to the future, in the presence of artificial intelligence and machine learning, then actually practical brains are highly, highly valuable in my view, and I think I've heard it from others too, as we move forward in the world. So if I can go right, what was school like for you?
I was never a fantastic student. I don't think the school model fits everyone. As you said, some people are very practically minded, others are academic. I was never particularly academic. I was always did just enough to get by.
Yes.
So yeah, it wasn't the best time. I didn't enjoy.
So it wasn't a happy place either.
No, I didn't enjoy school at all.
I kind of skimmed over it. I didn't get it. Most of the subjects kind of didn't relate to where my brain was. But I think, lived it on the periphery. It was as if I was watching rather than participating. It was quite bizarre. Yeah. And although I obviously had difficult times, I kind of enjoyed it in a nice, but from a viewer's point of view, it was really bizarre. Failed most of my exams. I remember English, I didn't even bother reading the books properly, just bizarre. Anyway, what were your school reports like?
Not fantastic. I think the best quote I had was from one of my English teachers, who said that I've never known anyone try so hard and come so near the bottom of the class. So they weren't spectacular.
They get hung, drawn and quartered now for saying something like that. Okay, so have you always lived in England?
No, I was born in Africa, so born in Kenya. I was the son of a coffee farmer. So the first 12 years of my life were in Africa basically.
Yes.
Which was the best childhood I ever could have had.
Big playground.
Big playground, but also from my way of thinking, it was a very practical time for me.
Yes.
We had a farm, we had the farm buildings, all the workshops, so I used to go in and do a bit of woodwork and metalwork in the farm.
Yes.
Farm workshops. So as a childhood, it was fantastic.
And did you work? Who inspired you in your childhood? Was there anybody who kind of believed in you, encouraged you, that you felt totally at one with, if you like? Did you, for example, work with your father or your mother, or?
I'd say it was my dad. He was very practically minded. Sort of in Africa in the 60s and 70s. If you wanted something, it wasn't available, you couldn't buy it, so you made it, or you repaired it if it broke. So a lot of the farm equipment he made, he designed sprayers and various bits of farm equipment that he then had made in the workshops on the farm. And myself and my brother followed. We were in the workshop making things and designing things of our own.
So that's as a child. So how did those skills serve you going into adulthood?
Again, I mean, right the way from age of 6, I was, for instance, in that sort of time, if you bought a piece of electrical equipment, it didn't come with a plug. So my dad would say, right, there's a plug, there's the piece of equipment, put it together, bring it to me so I can check it, make sure it's safe. So all the way through from there, and then when we bought a farm in England, we didn't have any pack houses, so it was right, we'll go and make a pack house.
What is a pack house?
Just a building to pack the apples and that.
Oh, I see, like a storage. Oh, okay.
So by age of 13 I was doing brickwork and plumbing, electrics. So all the way along that help from my father to actually be practically minded and to do stuff with my own hands, sort of thing, was always.
So from a future-proofing point of view, there's an awful lot of press around our sustainability as a planet and what we're doing, and I remember when I've been abroad before now, couriers have said don't judge what you're seeing, because you can go past buildings that look like, or houses that look like it's a tip outside the house, and they say it isn't. They keep absolutely everything, because when this breaks there's probably a spare part on that, and then and it is this sustainability mentality that I think certainly served you.
I mean, even today with my computer business, that if you like, training from as a child, that if things broke you fix it, you don't go out and throw it out and buy another one. It can be fixed, fix it.
And this is one of the conversations that we had when we first met, when I asked you, and I always ask people, why do you do what you do, and I think you're unpacking and explaining it now. It is that practical thinking, but your USP, unique selling point, possibly is the I will fix it wherever possible. So we're not looking at upselling, not even cross-selling.
No. What annoys me intensely is where I get a customer come in and say, I've got a new laptop, my old one I took it back, it was 3 years old, I took it into the shop, and they said, no, it's beyond repair, have a new one. And quite clearly it isn't. It was a small thing that could have been fixed very easily at a low cost.
There's a warning there, because I had it with my clutch in the car, and I went to a very good reputable garage and I said, look, when I'm stuck in traffic, my clutch basically gives up on me. And they took ages to look at it, and they came back and said, nothing can be done, you need a new clutch. And someone else that I know, who we've been going to for ages, he said, send it to me and I'll have a look. And he looked at it, he drained whatever it was all down, and he said, it's an airlock, you don't need a new clutch at all. And so what cost me, I don't know, 70 quid, they were quoting me, £1,000 or more to save, to change the clutch. And inappropriate assessment, quick fix, probably because they're time poor as well, but it's an auto answer they think everybody understands. Stay with me.
Standard response seems to be, motherboard's gone, throw it out, get a new one.
Stay with us, and we'll hear more from Graham, but that's not true, is it? The motherboard hasn't always gone.
No.
EQ, emotional quotient, is better known as emotional intelligence. It is a tangible tool that can sit alongside your services or your product, and it can be taught. Leaders with high EQ have less stress, they're more effective, and they earn more money. There's a great saying, just because we have pains, it does not give us permission to be a pain. I believe that teaching emotional intelligence has a direct impact on your sense of success and your net profits. EQ will empower you and your workforce to drive the change that you want. Change brings transition. EQ can help unpack what's holding you back and speed up that period of transition.